Hey Tactical Family, welcome back to the channel. What do you see before you? Our Bear Creek Arsenal 308 build. Stick around, we're going to tell you all about it. Okay, so I told you we're going to tell you all about our Bear Creek Arsenal 308 build. And what we're going to do in this series is we're going to take you through our initial thoughts. Then we're going to talk about the build. Then we're going to get it out to the range, do some shooting the way it sits now. Then once we get the build done, we're going to take it out, do some more shooting, zeroing. So this could be a 4 or 5 build series on this 308 because we really want to give it the benefit of the doubt across the board. So let's talk about initial thoughts of the rifle. So you already have it out of the box. So it came from Bear Creek and it was pretty decently packed. The rifle came in foam, and then there was a foam piece that the barrel was in. To be honest though, it was okay the way it was packed. I do wish one thing that Bear Creek would do is pack the rifle in a plastic bag because it came with all kinds of like cardboard dust and crap like that. But that's not why we're here ultimately. That's just my first thoughts as we took the rifle out of the box. What we're here to talk about is this rifle from Bear Creek Arsenal. So full disclosure, this was sent to me from Bear Creek, but that is not going to affect my review of the rifle one bit. What we have here is the Bear Creek Arsenal BCA10 in 308. This is on the AR-15 platform with the 20-inch barrel. And as you can see, it is a side charger. So very excited to have this on the channel. Now I have a couple 308 bolt actions, and there's a couple of videos on the channel if you want to check those out. We're going to go from butt to tip. There's not going to be any shooting in this video, so sorry if that's why you came by. Because like I said, this is a build series, and we're going to just take it step by step and really, really look at this rifle and tell you every piece of it, how we built it, etc. So let's go ahead and start with the butt. It comes with your standard mil-spec buffer tube, weight, spring, and just the chintziest of buttstocks. This buttstock is pretty weak in my opinion. But at the end of the day though, this is a budget rifle. So let's very, very much keep that in mind. So we got to keep the cost down. So it's your standard buttstock. Does it serve its purpose? It does. It's stamped Bear Creek Arsenal on it. Some of their other ones don't do that, so it actually is branded for them, which is, I guess, kind of cool. Has your quick detach sling mount. Moving forward, the castle nut is not staked. It's not peened at all. I really could care less one way or the other if the castle nut is peened. Some people are really, really anal about that. I, for one, am not. I really could care less. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. What I care about is when we get into the important stuff like the bolt, and we'll talk about that. So moving forward, past the castle nut, we get to the upper and lower receivers. So the upper receiver is a billet receiver, and the lower receiver is a forged receiver. Moving forward, the the selector switch is just a mil-spec selector switch. It's pretty solid, to be honest. Mil-spec trigger. The bolt release is a mil-spec. Magazine release is a mil-spec magazine release. It's nothing special. And the bolt release is as well. Something interesting about the way they do this is because of the way they've done these uppers and lowers, some of the things you'll notice, one, your magazine release is forged in there, which is nice because it kind of gives it some protection so you don't drop the magazine accidentally. It's a very positive release. I mean, that magazine just pops right out of there, so I like that. The bolt release, it's your mil-spec, but the way they've milled it in there, I really like it. Kind of protects it. Now, you can still drop the bolt, so it's obviously needs to be that way, but it's actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. And the selector switch, when you look at where the indicator is, it's kind of in that groove right there, so it's kind of in a little protected spot there. So it's nice. One thing, the takedown pins, not overly excited about them. One, they're very stiff. Two, they're in the lower receiver, and so they can be kind of hard to get out if you don't have like a punch or something like that. They can be hard to get out of there. And I'm not a huge fan, so it makes it hard to get out. But at the end of the day, that's kind of you may nitpick that if you want. Now, like I said, this is a Gen 2 charging handle. I'll try to put a picture in here and show you what the Gen 1. The Gen 1 was just the round charging handle that you would pull on. This Gen 2 is kind of cool because the way they've designed it, one, it's got sort of a hook. So when you grab it, it's really positive and it's a good size. Now, it has a pin that goes into the bolt, but then it is also held in with an Allen key. So that makes this field stripping it not possible unless you have an Allen wrench to be able to remove that, which then you'll be able to remove the bolt after moving this screw back here. So there is that, but it doesn't have that same issue that the Gen 1 had, where it could unscrew and then you lose your charging handle, then you're kind of SOL. So there is that. They've stamped Bear Creek Arsenal right here in the upper receiver. I think it's kind of cool. And then the lower receiver has their logo and what kind of rifle we are looking at. The upper has pick rail that goes into the upper receiver, which into the handguard, which I like. And then moving forward, you lose that pick rail, but then pick it up at the end. So if you need to put a front sight on there, you can. So there is that. The rail for the upper receiver is aluminum. Plenty of M-lock all around. I haven't messed with this up here to know if this is going to be M-lock or compatible or not, if I'm going to be able to use it. We'll just test that and figure it out. And it has just kind of drilled in quick detach if you want. Not a huge fan of that. So you'll notice I already have some B5 guard, upper receiver hand guard covers in here, because this thing, while you don't hear it now, very clean. Without those in here, this has that very audible ring that you get from some of these uppers. Now, it's a free-floated barrel. It is the 20-inch 416R stainless steel barrel. And it is a 1 in 10 twist. The is a half by 28 because, or 5/8 by 24 threaded barrel, and it has their twisted compensator or flash hider. I don't know if I really am a big fan of that or not. I have one on the AR-15, so it seems to do its job. That will probably come off. Let me know in the comments if I should put an adapter for a 30 cal can, or if I should put a compensator on here so we can mitigate the recoil. Let me know. So the front handguard, I don't see any anti-rotation tabs here, so there is the potential for it to come loose, but I haven't seen that been a problem on some of these. The 8-screw lockup that Bear Creek has on some of their AR-15s has tended to cause it to come loose, but some Loctite fixes it. So we're going to find out how solid this is and if it's going to come loose or not. Now, it is a rifle length gas system, which is going to give you a softer shooter because everything has more time to recover during the shooting process and the burn and all that. So for this rifle, I think the rifle length gas system is perfect. I think that's what needs to be on here. Now, with the pistol length and then the carbine length, if this was a 16-inch barrel, I think I would like the carbine length system because it's kind of the best of both worlds between a pistol length and a rifle length. But I think for this rifle right here, rifle length is obviously the way to go. So there is my initial thoughts on the Bear Creek BCA10 as I took it out of the box. Again, I haven't fired this yet, but we're gonna get it out to the range and we're gonna get it fired. We're gonna check the zero. We're gonna show you our build out that we're gonna do on this, and we're gonna run it through its paces, and we're gonna let you know what we think of the Bear Creek Arsenal BCA10. So please make sure you like and subscribe, support the channel. Stay with us as we do this build out and take it through its paces and take it to the range and show you everything that we're going to put through this 308 rifle from Bear Creek Arsenal. Very excited to have this on the channel. Very excited for you to come along on this ride as we put it through its paces. Thanks for watching. Remember to stay safe, stay free, support the Second Amendment, and we'll see you in the Bear Creek Arsenal 308 build series.